In the depths of focus, there exists a realm beyond ordinary consciousness, a state where time bends to your will and reality narrows to a singular point of perfect execution. They call it flow, but I know it as the purest form of human potential unleashed. Let me show you the path to this sacred domain. Most warriors seek this state like children chasing shadows, believing it's a gift bestowed by chance. But I've learned through years in darkness that flow isn't found, it's summoned. It requires a sacrifice of all external noise, all hesitation, all thoughts of past and future. When you step into your arena, whether it's beneath heavy iron or facing an opponent, you must first empty your cup of all that isn't this moment. The masters of martial arts speak of Mushin, the mind of no mind, but they don't tell you the price of admission. To enter flow, you must first master the art of death before action. Death to your ego that wants to impress. Death to your fear that whispers of failure. Death to your very sense of self. Only when you become empty can you become full. Only when you surrender control can you gain true power. Consider the sniper who must take a crucial shot. His mastery isn't in the squeeze of the trigger. It's in the space between heartbeats, in the void where thought ceases and pure action emerges. Your training must reach this level of immersion. When you step onto the bar, there should be no tomorrow, no yesterday, no you. Only the eternal now, only the weight, only the movement. Modern society has poisoned our ability to reach this state. The constant notifications, the fractured attention, the addiction to distraction, these are the enemies of flow. But you must become a warrior monk in the Temple of Iron. Your training sessions are not just about physical adaptation. They're ceremonies of focused consciousness. Every rep becomes a meditation, every set a journey deeper into the void where greatness dwells. The secret to mastering flow lies not in trying harder, but in surrendering deeper. When the weight feels heaviest, when your lungs burn with fire, when your opponents press hardest, these are not moments to escape from, but gateways to enter. Feel the resistance fully, embrace the strain completely, let the challenge consume you until there's no separation between warrior and war. Time reveals its true nature in flow state. Minutes stretch into eternities or compress into milliseconds. But this temporal alchemy only occurs when you sacrifice everything that anchors you to ordinary consciousness. Your phone, your ego, your need for validation. These are anchors that keep you from ascending. Cut them loose. Let them drown in the depths of your commitment. Think of the greatest performances you've ever witnessed. The fighter who moves like water, the lifter who makes impossibility look effortless. The athlete who transcends human limitation. They've all accessed this same realm. Not through talent, but through their ability to completely dissolve into the moment, to become so merged with their action that there is no doer, only the deed. This state, this sacred communion with perfect action, it awaits you. But it demands complete presence, absolute surrender, total immersion. No half measures, no divided attention, no escape routes. When you train, you must become training itself. When you fight, you must become combat incarnate. This is the path to mastery, the gateway to flow, the doorway to dimensions of performance you never knew existed. Rise now, seekers of the flow state. Let your training become your meditation, your arena, become your monastery, your pursuit become your prayer. Remember, flow isn't a technique to be learned. It's a reality to be entered through the complete abandonment of everything that isn't this eternal moment of perfect action. Your evolution awaits in the void between thoughts, in the space between breaths, in the silence between heartbeats. Every great warrior understands that the path to transcendence begins with clarity of purpose. When you step into your arena, your goals must be as sharp as a blade and as immediate as your next breath. The mind that wanders between 1,000 targets hits none, but the mind focused on a single point becomes unstoppable. Consider the sniper's approach. Each breath, each microscopic adjustment serves one crystalline purpose. There is no room for doubt, no space for scattered thoughts. In your training, this same principle becomes your North Star. When you grip that bar, there should be no thoughts of tomorrow's battles or yesterday's victories. Only this rep, this moment, this singular purpose exists. The human mind, it craves direction like a compass seeks north. I have watched countless warriors fail not from lack of strength, but from the chaos of unclear purpose. Your goals must be so precisely defined that they cut through the fog of distraction like a lighthouse beam through darkness. Each training session, each round, each moment must have its own immediate target that demands your complete presence. Most men drown in the ocean of their own ambitions, setting goals so vast they paralyze action. But true flow, it emerges in the microscopic moments of perfect clarity. When you squat, your goal isn't to become the strongest, it's to master this single repetition with flawless form. When you strike, your goal isn't to win the championship, it's to deliver this one punch with perfect precision. The architecture of flow state requires immediate feedback, the instant known as success or failure. This is why combat sports and weightlifting become such powerful gateways to transcendence. Each action has its immediate consequence, each movement its instant verdict. Your goals must create this same immediate loop of action and awareness, leaving no room for the mind to wander into the wasteland of uncertainty. In the depths of my training, I discovered that the clearest goals create the deepest states of flow. When your target becomes so specific that it consumes all attention, your consciousness shifts from fragmented to focused, from scattered to singular. This is the alchemy that transforms ordinary training into extraordinary experience. Martial arts masters speak of mushin, the mind of no mind. But they often forget to mention that this state is preceded by crystal clear intention. Before you can empty your mind, you must first fill it with purpose so precise it leaves no room for doubt. Your goals become the bridge between chaos and clarity, between distraction and direction. Your journey to mastery requires this delicate balance. Goals immediate enough to demand presence, yet challenging enough to require total immersion. When you find this sweet spot, time bends, consciousness expands, and the impossible becomes inevitable. This is the science of flow state, the art of channeled attention. Let others lose themselves in the maze of distant dreams. You will anchor yourself in the power of immediate purpose. Every session, every set, every breath becomes a target for your focused consciousness. This is how legends are forged, not through scattered effort, but through the relentless pursuit of crystal clear objectives. When you enter that sacred space of training, let each goal illuminate the path before you like stepping stones across a dark river. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, but the journey to mastery begins with a single, perfectly focused moment. Your immediate goals become the anchors that hold you in the present, preventing your mind from drifting into the turbulent waters of past and future. The difference between good and great lies not in the magnitude of their dreams, but in the clarity of their immediate objectives. A warrior without clear targets is like an archer shooting blindfolded, all power, no precision. But when you align your immediate goals with your present action, when each movement has its own distinct purpose, you create a chain of perfect moments that inevitably leads to mastery. In the temple of iron and sweat, let your goals be your prayer beads, each one distinct, tangible, demanding its own moment of complete devotion. The flow state you seek isn't found in grand aspirations, but in the microscopic perfection of each passing second. When your immediate goals become as clear as the ground beneath your feet, your consciousness has no choice but to follow. And in that following, you discover the gateway to transcendence.